Well, good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, January the 12th of the year 2022. Hopefully, you watch all the interviews I've given. And I haven't given them, I just host them. Yesterday, we had Tom from King Operating Corporation. Fascinating. No matter what your stance is on oil, because I know some people love the environment. I love the environment. I'm a tree hugger. See? Just hug a tree. But if you think you want to go green, I agree. I want solar in my house. I want an electric car. But with that being said, we use oil in everything. So I know I've had people tell me, it's like, man, wow, how can you invest in oil? It's destroying the world. I'll tell you why. Oil is in everything. Every single car that's driven, even electric cars, oil is in there. But if you have a gas car, oil goes in the tank, oil goes in the engine, the plastic, the tires, your cell phone, everything. If I know young people say, oh, oil's evil, but do you own Bitcoin? The mining of Bitcoin uses so much energy. What does energy come from? We're not solar yet everywhere. It comes from fossil fuels. All right? So don't cry me a river about investing in oil because until society can wean itself off, no one should complain about it. Okay? We all, every single person, use oil. I dare say there's oil somewhere in these glasses I have on. And there's oil. This shirt I'm wearing, what country was it made in? How did it get to the United States? Oil was in it. Okay, I digress. All right, the point of this video is we all need to get started with investing. I know someone may come across this channel one day and they have not started investing at all. And they may be working a job and they may be living paycheck to paycheck because a lot of Americans are like that. A lot of Americans are in debt. All right, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't save that money up to get started. Well, you got to look within yourself. I've said it before. If you make this much, you spend this much, you invest the difference. Okay. So you got to look, if you can't make more money, you got to figure out ways to save money. All right. I know this isn't like, oh, folks don't like talking about saving money. Folks don't like talking about being frugal. They think you're missing something in life if you're frugal. But it's the little things. My cell phone bill for the month, and I'm using my cell phone to record this. Okay, my cell phone monthly bill is $27. I just got an email yesterday. I use Google Fi, Project Fi. I pay $20 for unlimited texting calling, and then they charge for data, and I'm primarily on Wi-Fi. Okay, so I don't use that much data. All right. But it's everything in life. Look at how you live. Do you have cable? Why? Do you have satellite? Why? Can you cut it? If you need to have something on TV, can you stream something? Okay, for cheaper than a cable package would be. What kind of car do you drive? Do you have a car payment? Can you pay your car off? Can you hold on to your car for 10 years? Not 3 years and upgrade, not 5 years and upgrade, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years. Can you do that? If you're looking to buy your first home, don't buy your dream home when you're 25 years old looking to buy your first home. Buy a starter home that could be used as a rental house. If you do not want to house hack, and I have videos on house hacking, I have an interview with my tenant who bought my triplex who's house hacking. Okay, watch that video if you don't own property yet. But just buy a starter home that then when you can move out in a year or two and rent it out. Or if you're single and you buy a house, rent a room out. All right, but getting back to, you got to save some money up. So look at everything you do. When I was working as a police officer, I mentioned this one time, the city I worked for decided to adjust their pay cycle. And the way they did it was we got paid every 2 weeks. But it was in the middle of the year sometime, whatever week it was. Instead of payday being on this Friday after 2 weeks, they pushed it back so you went 3 weeks without a paycheck. And they said that would sync things up and you're not losing any money, you would get it at the end. Okay, a lot of folks think the city was just saving money. They could hold on to our money for another week to get that interest on it, but who knows? But all you had to do was wait another week. I heard so much crying from fellow police officers, fellow city workers about they got to pay rent, they got to do this, they got to do this, they got to do this. They don't have the money, they need their paycheck. And I was just like, really? It's 1 week. You don't have any money in the bank? You don't have any money in savings? I mean, is it just that tight? If it is that tight, well, by golly, you need to listen to me, not just me. You need to study, look at books on being frugal, look up frugalness, look up living below your means. Because if money is that tight, you gotta change the way you're living. All right. If you eat out, cut it out completely. It's cheaper to eat at home than it is to eat out. If you stop on your way to work and get a cup of coffee or a latte or whatever, and it costs $3, $4, $5, cut it out. Okay, and I'm being the extreme here, but $5 a day, if you smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, it's $5 or $6. $5 a day is $35 a week. 2 weeks, that's $70. 4 weeks, that's $140. So if you're someone out there like the majority of my coworkers for my entire life, not just police work, in the Navy, in landscaping, I did other jobs. Everywhere I've worked, people would not save money. But if you can cut something out that works out to $5 a day, that's $140 a month. Okay? Granted, that's not going to make you rich, but it gets you started. You've heard other folks I've interviewed talk about it. You've heard me say it. You got to get started. It's that first step. You got to do it because so many people, and I'm beating a dead horse here, but it's so many people just don't get started. All right? And real quick here, and I'm going to wrap this up. In yesterday's video with Tom, he did mention you have to be accredited. To be accredited to invest in that alternative investment and various alternative investments, not all of them. To be accredited, you have to check a box. The box could be one of several things, and look it up. You can just Google it. What's an accredited investor? One would be you have a high annual salary. If you're single, of $200,000 a year. If you're married, a married couple, $300,000 a year. For the past 2 years with the expectations that you will continue that salary. Okay, that's one. Another one is you have a net worth, not counting your primary residence, of at least $1 million. All right, I was on a walk last night with my wife, and I was like, I wonder how many people in this area I live in are accredited. There are folks who have houses that cost $300,000 to several $1 million. But I dare say a lot of them are not accredited because you cannot count your primary residence. Granted, I think there's a higher percentage of people in this community that are accredited, but I dare say a lot of them are not accredited because you can't count your primary residence. Okay? All right, so the point of this is get started. Just get started. All right, I'm wrapping this up. It's a short one. All right, y'all take care. Stay safe, and I got up at 5:45 this morning. I'll let you know why if you care to know. See ya. Bye.